What if half the things ever said turned out to be a lie? How will you know the truth? If you were given all the answers and you stop to wonder why, how will you know the truth? Everybody's got a right to love. Everybody's got a right to lie. The choice you make, it ain't no piece of cake. Oh, it ain't no piece of pie. What if time's only reason was to give us all something to fear? And if so, y'all, the end of the journey's so clear. Questionnaire, what did you stand for? Questionnaire, who did you save? Yo, when it gets right down to the... Wait a minute. When it gets right down to the nitty of the gritty, when it gets right down to it, you take more than you give. Everybody's got a right to love. Everybody's got a right to lie. But the choice you make, it ain't no piece of cake, no. It ain't no piece of pie. Gonna tell the truth, y'all. Gonna tell the truth. Gonna tell the truth, y'all. Gonna tell the truth. Gonna tell the truth, y'all. Gonna tell the truth. Love ain't got a reason, but it's understanding and positivity. Ain't got a soapbox I can stand upon, but God gave me a stage, a guitar, and a song. My daddy told me, son, don't you get involved in politics, religion, other people's quarrels. Paint the picture, let me set the scene. I know when I have children, they will know what it means. And pass on these things my family's given to me. Just love and understanding, positivity. We could change this whole world with a piano, add a bass, some guitar, grab a beat, and away we go. I'm just a boy with a one-man show. No university, no degree, but Lord knows everybody's talking about exponential growth, and the stock market's crashing in the portfolios, while I'll be sitting here with a song I wrote, saying love could change the world in a moment. But what do I know? Love could change the world in a moment. The revolution's coming, it's a minute away. I saw people marching in the streets today. You know we're made up of love and hate, but both of them are balanced on a razor blade. Paint the picture, let me set the scene. I know I'm all for people following their dreams. Just remember life is more than fitting in your jeans. It's love and understanding, positivity. We could change this whole world with a piano, add a bass, some guitar, grab a beat, and away we go. I'm just a boy with a one-man show. No university, no degree, but Lord knows everybody's talking about exponential growth, and the stock market's crashing in the portfolios, while I'll be sitting here with the song I wrote, saying love can change the world in a moment. But what do I know? Love can change the world in a moment. But what do I know? Love can change the world in a moment. Paint the picture, let me set the scene. You know the future's in the hands of you and me. So let's all get together, we can all be free. Spread love and understanding, positivity. Yeah, we could change this whole world with a piano at a bass, some guitar, grab a beat, and away we go. I'm just a boy with a one-man show. Yo, university, no degree, but Lord knows everybody's talking about exponential growth, and the stock market's crashing in the portfolios. But I'll be sitting here with a song I wrote, saying love can change the world in a moment. But what do I know? Love can change the world in a moment. What do I know? Love can change the world in a moment. But what do I know? Thanks.
All right. This is WEFT 90.1 FM, Champaign. We have with us Kyle Fleming.
You do.
Of what is your enterprise?
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm wearing this.
It's nice because if I haven't forgotten, but if I did forget, I would have a reminder right in front of me.
Hoodie, yeah. So yeah, I'm a board certified music therapist. I just left my job at Cunningham Children's Home a couple months ago. Started a private practice. Music therapy focused on mental health and child and adolescent psych. I have 0 clients right now, but I've been doing workshops and different talks and stuff over the last couple months.
I have a suggestion, just because I'm thinking there are probably listeners who hear music therapy and they don't know what it is. And if you know what music is and you know what therapy is, you probably can make an educated guess, but why don't you tell us a little bit more about it?
I'm happy to talk about it. A lot of people that I talk to about music therapy have no idea what it is. I like to describe it a lot like counseling through music. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. I talk about how music therapy is kind of a cradle to grave sort of profession. So a lot of my colleagues work with children, work with premature infants in the hospitals, all the way through school, all the way through mental health, all the way through hospitals and skilled nursing, and end of life and hospice. So I'm kind of in the mental health realm, trying to be anyway. So a lot of what I do is improvising music, playing songs, listening to songs, just talking about it, figuring out what it means, what the lyrics and the music mean to us, and how that relates to whatever sort of mental distress we're going through.
And I'm guessing that rather than just saying, hey, I bet I can help people, you actually have years of training and study, and you're not just saying, oh, this song will cheer you up, right?
Yeah, no, I'm actually in my last semester of my master's degree, and then I got to do a thesis study, and then I'll get that other piece of paper. So, but it's been a profession for over 50 years at this point. Lots of study, lots of research going into it.
I think we've had 1 or 2 other people on the show who that was what they were doing or that was what they wanted to do.
Oh, really?
But it's been long enough that even if people remember that, it might be good to jog the old memory and show that, hey, this is a different person.
Yeah.
Probably with a different specialization.
Yeah, if it's all right to plug my website right now for people
I ask everybody else on the show if they have a website to plug it. So it would be really weird if I said you're the one person on the show.
The one person who can't? Oh, well, shucks. All right. Well, if you want to learn more about me and about my sort of flavor of music therapy, you can go to my website. It's FlemingMusicTherapy.org. Fleming is spelled Fleming, only one M. But
So
I do have
like-
the domain for 2 M's.
Just
so-
like the original host of Jeopardy, right?
Was that Art Fleming?
Yes.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
I was worried I got a little obscure there, but
Yeah. I think it's spelled the same. I have no idea.
that's how I spell it and there's Sir Alexander Fleming, right?
Yes. Yeah, that was... And then Ian Fleming, who authored the James Bond book series.
So all the Flemings I can think of are in accord with you.
Are creative types, yeah.
Well, no, I mean
It's
the
kinda-
1M.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, that too. I don't know.
Just trying to, so that people can find it. 'Cause
Sure.
if they're going to your website. And
Yeah. Well, like I said, if you spell it wrong, I have all of the domains for how you can spell it.
well-
So it'll just go right back to where you need to go. And I'm happy to have any sort of conversation and just kind of start the process. There's
Well,
no
that sounds
pressure. I like to say you don't need to have a mental illness or need to go anything. Just if you're struggling to deal with stress, you can just go for that.
I have a total layman's question.
Go for it.
So at what point does it go from let's talk about it to, I mean, surely at some point you need to make a living. So
Yeah.
when does it go from let's have a fun conversation about what I do to I'm hired?
So my policy right now is your first initial conversation, just to figure out if we're a good fit for each other, is free. And then outside of that, since I just started, is kind of pay what you want. I have an idea of a price in mind, but like I'm just getting started. So I'm just trying to get some experience under my belt in this new realm. And
That sounds wonderful.
however you want to pay me, go ahead and pay me.
I hope at some point it becomes standardized just so that you can pay your bills and all that.
Well, yeah, I hope so too. It'd be great.
There's the old argument, artists always charge more. And it's like, well, I mean, you do need people to be able to afford it. But
That's true, yeah.
But yeah, there are some people who really undervalue their services at first or just recognize that you need to build a clientele.
Mm-hmm.
And you find that happy medium where, ooh, I give you money and you give me a service and everybody wins. So
Yeah.
anyhow, I assume this is all leading up to your next song, which people would not have understood this next song without this long conversation to prepare them.
It kind of has something to do with the next song. So I also use music as my own sort of therapy and my own sort of, if I'm struggling to process something or if I'm thinking too much about something, usually it goes right into a song.
Okay.
And helps me process it out. And this song is one of those songs that I did. Wrote it a couple years ago. I did it for an art and music showcase through a local nonprofit called Rattle the Stars. Mm-hmm. The showcase is called Parima.
Rattle
the Stars.
Like-
Rattle. Yep.
like a baby rattle.
Like a baby rattle. Yep. So I did this for one of their art and music showcases, and it's one of my favorite songs to perform now. So it's the first original of the set. It's called "The Dog Doesn't Know." He stands and he whines in the bedroom. He roams up and down in the halls. He looks out the window to find you and won't look away when I call. He hid when we fought, but he always thought that you'd always come through that door. Can't hide the pain as I try to explain. The dog doesn't know why you never come home. He still gets excited by pictures and perks up when he hears your name. He snuggles beside me at bedtime, but we both know it's not the same. He knows something ain't right, 'cause I cry every night and promise I'll never let go. Wish you'd come back, 'cause it breaks my heart that the dog doesn't know why you never come home. boxed up your pictures last weekend. The most painful thing I could do. I took all your clothes to the thrift store and sold off some other things too. It's been over 3 years since you disappeared off to wherever angels now roam. But he still paces the floor and he stares at the door, wondering why you never come home. Yeah, the dog doesn't know why you never come home. Thank you. That'll lead into another song that I did for the same showcase. This is a cover by Linkin Park. It's called One More Light. Should have stayed. Were there signs I ignored? Can I help you not to hurt anymore? We saw brilliance when the world was asleep. There are things that we can have but can't keep. They say, who cares if one more light goes out in a sky of 1,000,000 stars? Flickers, flickers, who cares when someone's time runs out? If the moment is all we are, we're quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do. The reminders pull the floor from your feet. In the kitchen, one more chair than you need. Oh, and you're angry, and you should be. It's not fair. Just 'cause you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. Oh, who cares if one more light goes out in a sky of 1,000,000 stars? It flickers, flickers. Who cares if someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, we're quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do. Cares if one more light goes out in a sky of 1,000,000 stars? It flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, we're quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do, yeah. Who cares if one more like her who's out? Well, I do.
This is WEFT, community radio for East Central Illinois, 90.1 FM. And we are here with Kyle Fleming of Kyle Fleming. You moved your shirt.
Music therapy.
Yes. I was just going to read it, and we have things happening. So I was going to ask, how would you like the show plugged? Because I'm actually just at the point where I can sit down and plug the show. Just Kyle Fleming?
Yeah, sure, that works. That's fine by me.
I just heard from a listener who was concerned we didn't have a booking based on old information that I gather I am reading her concern from... If she's listening, she obviously knows we have a booking, but I want to spread the good news that we have... Obviously, if people are listening, they should know we have a show. Anyhow. What would you like to talk about that we have not already talked about now that all that's out of the way?
Yeah, all this is done.
I wasn't expecting the visual.
There's for people who are not, I guess nobody can see. This is radio. There's a lot of microphones going on right now.
In 2 days, the lemon juice will turn brown and everybody can see the secret messages that have been going back and forth. There's a Beth Orton video from 1999 where she's just walking around and people are just following her with microphones everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
And that's kind of what this was reminding me of, except a lot less sexy. So
yeah, well, speak for yourself, I guess.
And that was the goal of the video. I mean, they clearly, I don't think I'm just being, I think they were going for that. It was the 90s. So
fair enough. See, yeah, I barely had memories in the 90s, but
oh yes, this is all revisionist. You know, I was in my playpen. No way was I finishing up college or anything.
Of course, yes, I see in your eyes just how truthful you're being.
My sincerity is very sincere.
Yeah.
Although,
okay.
You know, I suppose you could work out some sort of arrangement where people follow you around with microphones and your every word and every utterance and every musical idea is just captured for video.
You know, before the pandemic, that would have been a really good idea. I think, just speaking for myself personally, just being away from people for a year, like this is probably the most amount of people that have been around in a long time. I don't know if any more microphones or any cameras or anything like that would be really good for my mental health, as I'm looking at 3 or 4 different cameras also in the room.
Well, I once again will walk away from the mic after I'm done talking so that you have the maximum social distance that comforts you.
That would be lovely. Thank you so much.
But let me know if you do want me to return with a microphone and drape it at weird angles. And
I'll think about it. We'll see how you feel about that idea after this next song. I'll do one more original here before I go back to some covers.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how to explain this song, especially because my wife, I believe, is currently listening to the show. But this is a song that I wrote. It's meant to be a comedy song, Honey. So it's a love song about a stranger that I met a few years ago. She picked me up on the corner of Broadway and Bellevue. I was thinking this would be another normal ride, but we started talking, and I don't know what to tell you other than I was wrong this time. I I told her about how my other Uber drivers are usually old men who don't make a sound. We talked and we laughed as I rode behind her. I can't believe what I found. I fell in love with my Uber driver. I didn't mean to, it just happened that way, yeah. I fell in love with my Uber driver. I wish I knew how to make her stay. It was a long trip, about 30 minutes. Plenty of time to plan out our life. She was funny and sweet, never met such a quick wit. Should have asked her to be my wife. I want to report an issue with my trip. I lost an item, she stole my heart. If only I could send her a message and tell her I don't ever wanna be apart. I fell in love with my Uber driver. I didn't mean to, it just happened that way, yeah. I fell in love with my Uber driver. If only I could have made her stay. At my hotel, she wished me good night. I told her the same and walked up to my room. If I had any guts at all, if I had any fight, I know I would have made the move. I fell in love with my Uber driver. I fell in love with my Uber driver. I fell in love with my Uber driver. I didn't mean to, it just happened that way, yeah. I fell in love with my Uber driver. If only I could have made her stay, yeah. I fell in love. I fell in love. I fell in love with my Uber driver. If only I could have made her stay. Thank you. I'm going to launch into a couple of cover songs now, as soon as I arrange my papers here. Yeah, we'll just do them back to back here. So this first one is by a group. I don't know any other songs by them, but I do know this one. It's one of my favorites. It's called Stars, and it's by Grace Potter and the Nocturnals. I lit a fire with the love you left behind, and it burned wild and crept up the mountainside. Followed your ashes into outer space. Can't look at the window, I can't look at this place. I can't look at the stars. They make me wonder where you are. Stars up on heaven's boulevard. And if I know you at all, I know you've gone too far. So I can't look at the stars. All those times we looked up at the sky, looking out so far, we felt like we could fly. Now I'm all alone in the dark of night. The moon is shining, but I can't see the light. I can't look at the stars. They make me wonder where you are. Stars up on heaven's boulevard. And if I know you at all, I know you've gone too far. So I can't look at the stars. I know you've gone too far. So I can't look at the stars. Thank you. We'll do one more song here. Speaking of love songs, and my wife listening to this, this is one of her favorite love songs by Paramore, and it's called The Only Exception. When I was younger, I saw my daddy cry, curse at the wind. He broke his own heart, and I watched as he tried to reassemble it. My mama swore she would never let herself forget. That was the day that I promised I'd never sing of love if it does not exist. But darling, you are the only exception. 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 Maybe I know somewhere deep in my soul that love never lasts. We've gotta find other ways to make it alone. Keep a straight face. And I've always lived like this, keeping a comfortable distance. And up until now I had sworn to myself that I'm content in loneliness, 'cause none of it was ever worth the risk. But you are the only exception. 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 I've got a tight grip on reality, but I can't let go of what's in front of me here. I know you're leaving in the morning when you wake up. Leave me with some kind of proof it's not a dream. Oh, 'cause you are the only exception. 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 You are only exception. You are the only exception, and I'm on my way to believing. Yeah, I'm on my way to believing. Thank you.
I didn't want to interrupt there, but there are several things I'd like to go back and say. First, I'm glad you have family listening. Also, we passed the halfway point, so you are listening to WEFT 90.1 FM Champaign. And I've heard from a variety of people, all but one of whom is getting it to come in okay. I thought there might be a false alarm. Apparently TuneIn or something wasn't working, but the various other means of listening are working just fine. And apparently we had an audio problem, but we resolved it 30 minutes ago, so that's nothing for Mike and me to worry about anymore.
It must be all these microphones around here then.
And two things I want to show you after the show, but just remind me, we
Sure.
don't have to talk about them now.
Yeah.
And goodness, let's see, you played 3 songs in a row. I think you already identified all of them.
I tried to, yeah. So that last one that I just finished was The Only Exception by Paramore.
Mm-hmm.
And then before that was Stars by Grace Potter and the Nocturnals.
Where are they based?
I don't know. The only thing I know about them is that song.
Okay.
So
I used to have a guest occasionally, a sporadic guest who really liked Paramore. She has moved away, or I would still have her on sometimes, probably. Any other loose ends we want to tie together?
no, I don't think so.
Oh, one of the other comments. People spent the first half of the show thinking this was a rerun. So just so you know, today is what, May 10th?
May 10.
2021. So if it is not May 10th when you are listening to this show, maybe it is a rerun. But as we are recording it, we are airing it live. And in 2021, this is a new show. So you are listening to history being made.
It's a lot of pressure. I don't know.
Everything that happens is history being made.
Well, it's from Hamilton, right?
You are the
precedent?
first Kyle Fleming I've ever hosted on the show.
Well, that's great. I don't know how many there are.
There are more. I'm sure I'm not even the only radio announcer named Todd Hunter. I'm certainly not the first. It used to be if you looked me up, you would find the other one. one other one. I think he was Canadian. He played country music. Anyway. So, but yes, technically, if you sneeze, you're making history. It's just you're not making it very interesting. But
no, well, I guess that's most of history, right? It's pretty boring until you have a context.
History is really just what people select out of everything that happens. So, if you're writing the history, whatever you decide is important, you just made important.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I think about conversations that I'm going to have with kids in school.
History you're going to make.
Yeah. And they're going to go, what did you do during the pandemic? And it's gonna be a lot of stories of I stayed home and washed my hands more often than usual. But that's history. That's kind of, we're surviving a global trauma right now, and it's going to affect us.
Mike might know. Isn't there some famous work? It's called like "What Did You Do in the War, Daddy?" or something like that. I don't know anything about it except I know I've heard there's an iconic title, and what you said reminds me, like, what did you do in the pandemic? I'm not calling you daddy, but I'm just thinking that could be the next similar.
Yeah, it's my mom likes to talk about the different snapshot memories that she has. She remembers where she was when JFK was killed, and she remembers all that stuff. And
I think for my age, it's more when Challenger.
Right, yeah,
happened.
Challenger, or I know, I tell the story every year of sitting in my, what had that been, 6th grade classroom on September 11 and watching everything on TV, and so it's just kind of, we have our history where we have our history.
Back when I experienced 9/11, we only had radio.
Radio and several hundred TV stations, but...
Well, in my apartment, we only had radio.
Well, there you go. Well, I guess, yeah, context is important. Huh?
I was trying to sound like an old fogey, but I was also there. Yeah, anyhow. Well, I guess whenever you're ready to move on, I'm sure I could stall, but it's going to be much more interesting if you have a couple more songs here and there.
I do have a couple more songs, and actually a couple more songs that kind of relate to this idea of trauma and this idea of current events and stuff. I'll do one for sure. I'm still kind of on the fence about the other one, but this one's an original one that I wrote a few years ago, and it is called Scars. She said there's a scar right next to her heart, and it shows all the pain that she's endured. It comes from when they made no effort to stay, and all that they said just made it worse. You load the bullet, and you pull the trigger. And that scar, it only gets bigger. She said every day I try, make an effort to hide away the scar makes me damaged goods. She said no one wants to see what's happened to me. They don't want to know, as well they shouldn't want to. Each day that I try people see. They see the scar and run away from me. She said, honey, don't you fret. You'll find someone yet. And when they're in your life, you'll forget all the pain. Everyone has scars. Doesn't matter who you are. All that matters is who you want to kiss in the rain. They're going to see it. And when they do, they'll know that you are gonna love them too. Scars are the beauty marks of broken hearts. Scars let the world know you've been through the dark. Scars mean that you live with an open heart. She said, I don't think it's time. She said, you just have to try. I still think about my scars from time to time. Thank you. I've decided I'm going to do this other one. And this other one, little bit of context and history behind it, I guess. This is a song that has kind of been in progress for many years. I gave myself a copyright on my handwritten lyrics here of 2015, but every year or so, there's more that I add to it, and it's a song about gun violence, and it's a song about all the lives that are affected by that, and that includes not only the victims or the people, the families of those people, but also just us as a community and us as a whole people. And so this song is called Another One. Another one dead today, face down in the dirt. Gunned down from behind, did he even have time to hurt? Where's Daddy? Where's my baby boy? Another one dead today, there's no more room for joy. When will we come to our senses? When will we stop feeling numb? When will this be unfamiliar? There's another one. There's another one. Another 9 dead today, killed inside a church. God is dead today, torn down from his perch. Lord, where were you? Why have you forsaken us? What was a house of peace has crumbled into dust. Let's start remembering the victims. Let's stop defending the gun. Don't identify the shooter, 'cause there's another one. There's another one. 26 dead today. How the hell did we end up here? When you send your kids to school, shouldn't have to live in fear. Yeah, our teachers shouldn't have to sacrifice. 26 dead today, most of them under 5. How can we stop all the violence? It don't seem like it can be done. The tally of bodies is rising. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. Always another one. There's another one. There's another one.
You know, it really is lucky we had that conversation about this not being a rerun, because apparently
it would be really easy to think it was.
Well, and as I said, next time we air it, it will be a rerun. But I guess when I go on the air and I say we're here, I in the moment take for granted that people know, hey, this is a show I haven't heard before. But that is why you should never underestimate anybody, really, I guess.
I gotta turn this around.
Sure. Let's see. What can I be educating people about? This is WEFT 90.1 FM. You have been listening and are still listening to Kyle Fleming of Kyle Fleming Music Therapy, or just Fleming Music Therapy, I guess. And we still have one more song, and then I don't know that I've mentioned that next hour, for a variety of reasons, I will be doing another show of highlights of long ago WEF sessions. I did that the last time I was here 3 weeks ago. And so these are shows that I don't think streamed the first time around, but songs that many of which are exclusive to WEF sessions that weren't necessarily ever released. So I'm just glad to play them at all. And this is normally where we kind of sum up, and I ask you to remind everybody what to take away from this hour. And, you know, if you want to say hi to your mom or your wife or your agent or your lawyer or any, this is...
Oh, man. Well, first I got to get an agent and a lawyer, but I first want to give a huge shout out to Mike Ingram for reaching out to me and saying, hey, we had an opening. Are you interested?
Yeah, make it sound a little more exclusive.
Well, yeah, he did send me a Facebook Messenger just to me, so
yes,
I guess that is exclusive. Only me.
You were the only person who was invited to do the show tonight. Everyone else was told no. We were holding out.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. It makes me feel so special.
And you can tell again by the sincereness of my sincerity.
Yes, of course. But yeah, I just want to thank Mike and thank everybody here for giving me a shot at this. This is a lot of fun. This is the first time I've performed anything live since summer of 2019, I think. So it was nice that I can get into that and not be rusty and to share some music that I really care about and that I really enjoy.
Well, I think I thought of something that we may not have gone over, which is you have given out a website, but don't you have more than one?
Okay, so my music therapy business is, again, FlemingMusicTherapy.org. Also, if you're on Facebook, that's Fleming Music Therapy on Facebook. That's my music therapy side. I am also a musician, magician, overall entertainer. So if you want to check out what I'm doing on that side, the Facebook page is called Kyle Fleming Entertainment. If you look it up, I believe it will be a blue tinted picture of me playing on the stage at Canopy Club, I think is when that picture was taken. So I'm trying to use that one more for stuff like this and different magic music gigs that I do. So feel free to give that a follow, and I'll try to keep updated on it.
When you say blue tinted, does this mean we know what you'd look like as a Smurf, or is it more Violet Beauregarde?
Definitely more Smurfy. I was part of a cover band called Love Handles, and when we performed at Canopy Club, we were doing our Alanis Morissette set.
Oh,
our Alanis Morissette. So,
well, they used to have a stage light at Cowboy Monkey, and I remember seeing Brett Sanderson perform there, and I couldn't figure out why it reminded me of Willy Wonka, and I realized that it was the exact same effect without the swelling.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
But I don't think he was supposed to look like produce, so
no,
he looked
think so.
fine, other than the fact he looked either blue or violet, depending on which line you're quoting. But
that's true, yeah.
Well, any upcoming anything you want to promote before the hour is over?
Nothing right now. I have a lot of downtime, so if you want to help me fill that downtime, I'm happy to chat music therapy. I'm happy to do some magic for you, or do some music, or try to make you laugh. It's been going really well today, so.
And there's still a contest. Who can be your first client, right?
There is still a contest, yeah. I've just been doing workshops, so if you want to jump on that curing your mental distress, I guess is the way I'll put it.
I hear if people enter the contest, they have a very good chance of winning.
You do. If you could see my schedule right now, there's like 2 hours a week that I'm working on other stuff.
Do you remember what I said about artists underselling themselves?
You know, my brand is authenticity, and so I'm just going to be authentic. I'll just tell you. I need hobbies.
I would love. There's a song called Authenticity I would love to lead off next hour with, but A, it's not local, and B, we no longer have it on the shelf. I'd have to bring it in.
Oh, well.
Maybe next week.
Sure.
Anyhow, stick around, stick your head in the booth, say goodbye before you leave, and I will have music at the ready for when you're done.
Perfect. I'll do one last song. This is another shout out to my wife. This is her favorite Tim McGraw song. It's called Humble and Kind. Know there's a light that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys under the mat. When childhood stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Go to church 'cause your mama says to. Visit grandpa each chance that you get. It won't be a waste of time. Always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, and don't lie. Know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip, and here's why. Bitterness keeps you from flying. Always stay humble and kind. Know the difference between sleeping with someone and sleeping with someone you love. I love you ain't no pickup line, so always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, and don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When those dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work that you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. When it's hot, eat a root beer, popsicle. Shut off the AC and roll the windows down. Let that summer sun shine. Always stay humble and kind. Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. When you get where you're going, don't forget to turn around and help the next one in line. Always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, and don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. Yeah, when the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind.